Same thing every day. I got my money, but I'm turned away. Same feeling. Gotta change. Getting sick of feeling strange. Do you ever get to feel you're just a number and nothing's real? You want to say it's okay? Tomorrow's just another day. UK subs, share your aggravation and your frustration. Chicagoland area, metal, power pop, and punk bands. You want to play your original music, but so many venue owners just want you to do somebody else's. Just want the covers. Just want a big, overblown national act. Yeah, we know the feeling. UK subs can relate to you. They're tired of the same thing all the time. It took a while for them to get accepted, for them to play their original music and not resort to rehashes of 60 zillion different fucking songs. The UK subs certainly didn't play the same thing night after night. They played an aggressive, rebellious form of punk, which certainly caught on, the same way as The Clash, The Damned, the Sex Pistols. The same thing was one of the group's catchy yet unnoticed B-sides. It popped up on a single release in which the A-side was a cover song, and a pretty damn fast good one. The Zombies' She's Not There. UK subs released a 45 of that on the Gem Records label 46 years ago this week, November 23rd, 1979. It had been 2 years since Carlos Santana tackled that particular tune and did a nice funky wah-wah guitar-laced cover of it and really sold it. UK subs tried a much more basic approach. The same thing was one of 3 B-sides to the She's Not There 45 from the band, also including Kicks, not a cover of the Paul Revere and the Raiders tune, and Victim. Well, while some venue owners and they who book bands in the venues may want the same thing night in and night out from your local band when you're trying to really push and sell your original music to an audience that's out there waiting to hear it and wanting more, it's nothing but originals on Local Loft. A year ago today sounds like a retro act just by virtue of their name, but they're not. In fact, they haven't done one cover song, it's been all originals. But they may conjure up nostalgia in another way. The latest single, Mob Action, makes you wonder, is it Mafia Mob or Gangsta Mob? Could be either or, but one thing's for sure, it's not the same old retread sound, who 5 days from now, if we may go forward rather than look back. A year ago today, we'll be joining Solar. You heard my third interview with Stephanie Jennings. A year ago today, joined Solar, Indign and Strident Escape at Rockhaus. Shopping around for some new original music? You're going to get an earful of it live. I have Adrian, guitarist of A Year Ago Today, calling in to tell us about their upcoming show. It is not the same old story for Chicago singer-songwriter Danny Lynch. He's not putting Lynch back together, if that's what you're wondering. Danny's put together a new band with a surrealistic psychedelic rock sound, Society of Hoodlums. No, you won't find them playing a local prison like Stateville and Joliet anytime soon, like the Blues Brothers did back in 1980. But speaking of which, Danny got tired of the same old maddening situation and let Cat 1055 listeners know about it with his old band, Lynch, in a Thanksgiving edition of Homegrown Tones that was live in our Cat studio 15 years ago this week on Thanksgiving night. We'll rock back to it. Local Loft, episode 408. Don't expect the same old, original Chicagoland metal, punk, alternative rock, and power pop sound. It changes, yes, but it also sticks in your memory time and time again with every episode of this podcast.
What's up, guys? We're a year ago today. We're playing the Dixon and the Henry tonight with H1C1 at HED PE.
Ladies and gentlemen, this last song is called Good!
It's nothing nostalgic at all, despite the name A Year Ago Today. May make you think it's a retro act, folks, but no. This is all about moving forward and rocking forward. Forward being on Black Friday. So right after you've stuffed yourself full of whatever giblets or turkey or gravy, you'll work it all off by moshing supreme with A Year Ago Today, also Solar. We had Stephanie Jennings on last week, of course, for episode 407. Also Indign. And I want to welcome Adrian Schupp from A Year Ago Today. Adrian is one of their guitarists. Well, Adrian, in listening to your stuff, I must say your singer Bryan, he's like a man of many voices, but two in particular. He works the angry, screaming, unclean vocal, and then he's really good with the melodic vocal as well. He's kind of like a split personality-wise. Do you think? What do you think is his best quality as a singer, and what do you think really about his vocals are the most effective to anybody who listens to any of your songs? What do you think it is? What quality?
Well, Tim, for starters, thank you for having us. I'm actually here also with my guitar player, Jake, as well. So you got both of us today. And then as far as Bryan goes, the man's just got, he's got a range. And when we discovered him, he definitely, we had a singer prior to him that did a lot of that, and he filled the shoes very well. If anything, a little bit better than our last. And that was a big thing, is just to move forward with everything and, the name going. And, he's done very much that. He's been there for everything as far as the sound from, all of our latest stuff that's been coming out. Everything we've heard has been nothing but, in my opinion, short of fantastic. He's very much a critic of all of his recording vocals, but not to his sound or to his liking. He's back and saying, hey, I'm going to do this one more time. He's very critical of himself, so we appreciate that, to make sure that we deliver, everything to everyone's liking. So, Bryan's been killing it, and we're definitely grateful that we found him.
Bryan certainly isn't a one-take merchant, as they call it. Somebody who nails their vocal in one take. That's like a David Bowie back in the Ziggy Stardust days. But you're not a retro band, so how did you come up with this name a year ago today? Because I hear that, and I'm thinking, well, a year ago today in rock history, this album was released, maybe a groundbreaking punk album like Nevermind the Bullocks, Here's the Sex Pistols. How did you guys come up with that name?
Initially, so I'm actually one of the older members of the band. All of us originally started as friends from high school. Everybody kind of just joined in together because we all played instruments. We all knew we were pretty good at it. So ideally, long story short, is what happened was basically how the band name came up was basically the original drummer, the other original guitar player, and myself, and Bryce, our old bass player as well, Ethan, our other guitar player. So everybody was all high school bandmates, and everybody was like, hey, we all jam, we all are pretty good, we should all get together, do this thing. Everybody was like at a party of some sort, so we were talking about this, and it never happened. And then sure enough, like a year later, we're like, hey, we should do this. And next thing you know, it became a thing. And that's how a year ago today kind of formed, is because a year ago today later, that's how the band formed itself and became, a project.
certainly has evolved into much more than just a project. I mean, it's a solid band, really fitting in with today's modern metal scene. You really have that hard-hitting, abrasive sound with those catchy, unclean vocals. But, of course, I've got to ask you about one of your songs in particular, and that's the single Mob Action, which I played last week to get people ready for the show. Was that inspired by any particular incident, maybe some kind of violent riot or something? What brought on the writing of that and the recording of that one?
So, fun fact with that one, it all kind of started as pretty much a guitar riff. And that was me literally sitting in my room, just jamming on my stuff at home. I don't know, I was in the writing spirit and started messing around. I have a very big influence of new metal, so that was a lot of my writing style. And, I do have a little bit of an influence of metalcore style as well. And our other guitar player Jake here also is a big metalcore fanatic too. So I guess we're in the process of trying to kind of make a new genre, I guess you could say, called newcore, because that's what we kind of consider calling it now. But for the most part, I just start with a couple of riffs at home, and I still have the Snapchat saved on my phone. I saved it to my phone. I sent it to the guys. I was in a group chat and said, hey, does this sound like something we can work with? And my drummer instantly went back and said, oh, I've got something for that. And, Bryan came back and was like, yeah, absolutely, we're running that. And then everybody else just kind of followed suit. So,
that song, by the way, what's up? This is Jake, by the way, other guitar player. Lyrically, that song has a very personal meaning to Bryan. I really wish he was here because he could give you more insight on it. But lyrically, that song was he served. He's a veteran. And,
yeah, I saw that. I was reading about that.
Yeah, and he drew inspiration for the lyrics from his time in the service, and particularly an experience he had on a personal level with another member. I don't want to speak too much on it, again, because it's a very personal song lyrically for him. But Adrian laid down the guitar for it, and lyrically, Bryan had something that would match perfectly. And they just kind of made it work. That's 100%. I want to give it to Adrian and Bryan on that one. That's their song. They just happened to both write something at the same time that stuck with them. And it's really funny because that song was such a stretch from the sound that A Year Ago Today was known for. A Year Ago Today has always kind of had this like an old school metalcore vibe, all about riffs and breakdowns, and then they were like, let's try something new metal, and they hit that, and that's been our #1 hit as far as Spotify plays on various podcasts and radios. That's been the one that hits the most. And I chalk that up to a win to Bryan and Adrian because they just locked in together at the same time. They just had this personal life experience that happened at the same time that allowed them to create such a unique song for us, and it's been the biggest success that we've had off that one.
At any of your shows, do you see a diverse audience? When I interviewed Indign, and this was like back in 2022, I asked them about their audience, and they said, well, even though we're in our 40s ourselves, we see such a wide range of audience from young and old. Is it like that with your audience for any Year Ago Today show?
I'd say absolutely. We have our core group of individuals who love to come out, who come out to support A Year Ago Today, but resonating with the younger crowd has been a big thing that we found success in. We played Northern Illinois Metal Fest a couple months back at the Vixen, and it was primarily a younger crowd. It was a huge show, primarily a younger crowd though, and I saw a lot of movement out there, especially amongst the younger generation, which is fantastic to see, just as somebody who grew up in a lot of the punk scene in the early 2000s. We used to go to shows, and it was mainly the younger crowd that was carrying these shows, and that's been my biggest fear is, you don't see the younger crowd getting involved as much, but with, Indign, A Year Ago Today, I want to give a huge shout out to Strident Escape, who was on that show. They're resonating with the younger crowd and getting them more involved, which is fantastic to see, because that's the future of our scene. That's the future of this.
Yep.
Yeah, you're going to draw a lot of different audiences really digging this stuff, and it's going to be a nice diverse mixture here because you have A Year Ago Today with your modern metalcore sound, and you have Solar, which is a more veteran, old school kind of hard rock melodic sound, not anywhere near what you guys do as far as the hardcore, the screaming metal goes. It'll be a nice blend.
I love them to death. What they're doing, you know, they're staying true to their roots, and they've got a fantastic sound and an awesome following. We love Solar to death. They're great people.
Oh, definitely. And then Stephanie is an excellent singer, very emotional, very fiery lead singer. I want to thank Jake Smith and Adrian Schupp from A Year Ago Today for talking to us, and you can check them out. So be careful with the turkey and the stuffing, but if you do overindulge on Thanksgiving, you can work it all off. There'll be plenty of mosh and head banging and slam dancing to do supreme at Rookie's Rockhaus in West Dundee. It is A Year Ago Today, Solar, Indign and Strident Escape. Adrian and Jake, thank you very much for talking to us.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Tim. We look forward to, working with you in the future here.
are Indign, and you are beautiful. Make some noise for yourself! This song is about being the son of the god of war. The song is called Son of Ares.
The bands we play with, are usually a little younger than us, but, we're in our 40s also, so. But, we still love that style of music that we're playing. We feel that we're pretty good at it, so it's, we're going to keep doing what we're doing, no matter who the audience, to tell you the truth. So it's really up to people if they like it or not. That's great. We definitely want to attract a larger audience, but it's usually a mixture. And people that enjoy metal, especially like, traditional old school metal, everyone really like that genre that we're doing and we're portraying. And we're pretty happy with it, and we're happy with the people that enjoy our music too, so it's been great so far.
Smoldering ruin.
brazen bulls sow destruction in their path. That could very well describe that big league NBA Chicago team who's going to shit. Haven't they lost like their last 5 or 6 games? But alas, The Final Hunt, kind of an ironic title for a debut, a first single from Indign back in 2022. Something should be called final when it's actually the beginning. It will be the final time you'll be able to see Indign in 2025 at Ricky's Rockhaus in West Dundee on Black Friday. So when you've made that final purchase, maybe a Chicago Bulls replica jersey for the avid basketball fan in your family this Christmas, make sure you make one last stop out at Ricky's Rockhaus. It won't cost you very much to rock out with Indign, Solar, Strident Escape, and A Year Ago Today. I want to thank Adrian from A Year Ago Today for talking to us about their upcoming show there. If hunger pains and excessive mouthwatering can't escape you because you're just getting ready to chow down, Strident Escape, like Evil Engine, has their own hamburger named after them. If you can't escape the sight of plenty of red peppers and melted cheese all over your 100% all-beef patty, check out Strident Escape's burger at Kuma's Corner in Schaumburg. That's where the Evil Engine burger is too. And check out Strident Escape as they play alongside Solar, Indign, and A Year Ago Today. Black Friday night, Ricky's Rockhaus in West Dundee. Strident Escape here on Local Loft episode 408 to break their silence. This is not a quiet one by any stretch of the imagination from the McHenry thrash metal band, The Mute King. Strident Escape on Local Loft.
Nowhere
Extraction 1. Glad to be here. Just a bunch of you fucking guys. Make some noise again. This goes on to a royal show. Sing along if you know it. Check this out. Go ski.
regardless of how much weapons experience you have, especially machine gun. To play like a machine gun will be a big help. If you are to become the next drummer of Extraction Point, you're going to have to churn out machine gun, rapid fire, snare, and bass drumming. Hopefully you were paying attention. Return Fire, the latest single from Extraction Point. They were looking for both a bassist and a drummer for a while. They found the bassist. Now, getting down to the nitty beat of it all, you must be able to return rapid drumming fire, machine gun-like. How fast and furious can you rat-a-tat? Inquire at Extraction Point's Facebook page. I threw in a little bit of a clip of me naming Extraction Point Best Local Metal Album of 2019 with Purification Through Hatred and Holiday of Horror. Macabre is celebrating their 40th anniversary this year, so it's double celebration for Dennis the Menace and company, and they've already named the other bands in the stellar lineup. Avernus is one of them, and they've been around almost as long as Macabre. Macabre has been beat by 7 years. 1992 is when they first started laying down an unclean, grunting, distinctive metal vocal style. Oh, it's got touches of Lamb of God and Cannibal Corpse here and there, but this is a little more traditional in its approach to death metal. It goes back centuries. That's how the approach is a little more traditional. I'm not going to give away secrets here. Check out Avernus as one of 6 bands playing the 2025 Holiday of Horror at Reggie's Rock Club and Music Joint 2 days after Christmas, December 27th. And it's going to be double celebration for the terror trio known as Macabre, the hosts with the most. We'll be getting to something from them shortly. As far as Avernus goes, their first album, Delicate Theory of Red, released only on cassette in 1993. So Macabre isn't the only one throwing in historical, dated, and newsworthy references. Those to Jeffrey Dahmer and Lizzie Borden in their case. Grievances is Avernus' 11th album. They work in old school doom metal. Yes, there's traces of Black Sabbath and even Trouble in this case. And extensive instrumental intros, and it takes a while to get to singer Rick McCoy's trademark growling, grunting, unclean vocal. And there is a bit of a religious connection here. Return to Dust. It's Avernus playing with Macabre at the annual Holiday of Horror, December 27th at Reggie's Local Loft.
children would kill the rain, would do then is masturbate on their own dance.
Four decades of macabre. You're getting older, but they're still ageless, and always will be. Nefarious, Corporate Death, and Dennis the Menace. And the one yearly event they can truly call their own. I don't know how many annual ones there have been so far. I haven't looked at the history of Holiday of Horror, but another one is on the way. 2 days after Christmas, Saturday, December 27th, Reggie's Rock Club and Music Joint. As long as we're talking anniversaries here, 40 plus 10 is 50. And the 50th anniversary of Monty Python and the Holy Grail just happened back in the spring. I played the Black Knight, and it reminded me of that scene where the unregenerated Black Knight gets much of his limbs cut off. Didn't bother him. It's only a flesh wound. 'Tis but a scratch. I don't know if Nefarious and Corporate Death and Dennis the Menace were directly influenced by that slashing scene in Monty Python and the Holy Grail. Maybe they'll have some actors on stage trying to duplicate that scene. Knowing macabre and how graphic they get, it's possible. There's a graphic nature to their performances, but not always visual. Go to Macabre Music or MACABRE, that Facebook page, for more about Holiday of Horror 2025. If we may not be so graphic because you may be sitting down to a pre-Thanksgiving dinner and I don't want you to hurl out everything you've just eaten. A Thanksgiving moment that will melt in your ears and especially your face and not so much your mouth. 15 years ago on Thanksgiving night from Lynch. Danny Lynch has been laying low ever since he called it quits with the band back in 2019. The last time I saw Danny, he was a guest player for Veilside, the last track on their Eclipse album, which turned out to be the final one they would release before the death of Bob Cabo Hilton. Danny plays harmonica, doesn't sing backing vocals on the last track of the album. We're going to get into that and then into Danny's new band. They've got that bluesy, raw, old-school garage metal edge to them. This has a very ZZ Top-ish southern rock bluesy tinge to it all, especially highlighted by Danny's guest harmonica. Crawling Back to You, Veilside, featuring Danny Lynch on Local Loft.
Sometimes I'm down, sometimes I hit the ground, sometimes I feel I've been pushed around, but now there's nothing that I wouldn't do keep us in line all the way. Sometimes I'm down, sometimes I hit the ground, sometimes I feel I've been pushed around, but now there's nothing that I wouldn't do. But I'll never bring myself to crawl back to you.
Lynch, but an incredible simulation. At least 2/4 of Lynch as you knew them, if you in fact did follow them. Danny Lynch and Frank Pace coming together with a new band known as Society of Hoodlums. It's got a funky, dirty, nasty, grinding rock groove going for it. The sound is pretty similar to Wash Me, Heartless Beat, or a number of other songs off Lynch's comeback album, Window of Your Soul, 15 years ago. Danny's picked up a hint of invincibility, at least it looks like him, in the music video, Mirage, the second single from Society of Hoodlums. At this point in time, no plans for them to tour, but it has been a while since you've seen and heard Lynch and it wasn't a mirage. 2019 is the last time I remember Danny Lynch, his sons, Mike Burke, his sons, all coming together to keep Lynch rocking. Of course, 15 years ago, Lynch welcomed a female bassist into the band, a very talented and creative one at that, named Deb Altman. Well, you will once I spring Lynch on you from Thanksgiving night on the Cat 105.5. It's going to be our rock back, but that's what Danny Lynch is up to after all this time. It's good to know he is still rocking out. Make your music a reality. People just don't want to hear it and let it fade away into memory like a mirage, never to be grasped at in the mind or ears again. Get me Tim Lamping your songs, MP3, Wave, or FLAC, or send me CD, vinyl, LP, cassette, reel-to-reel tape, timlamp1 at yahoo.com, timcatdj@gmail.com. Send me an email, I'll send you a mailing address before you send me any physical stuff. Download every episode of Local Loft on podbean.com. Stream it on YouTube or the Podbean app. The mental image of a love gone bad, or should I say a love gone mad. A never before, at the time, released song on any of Lynch's albums, and at this point in time, it had been since 1983 when they released the debut album, and 27 years later, they released the comeback album, Window of Your Soul, and we're working on a follow-up, which wouldn't be released for another 4 years after. Live, piping hot, without a pop-up timer, and electric, plugged, not so much unplugged. Lynch, on Thanksgiving night, November 25th, 2010, in the Cat 105.5 studio.
It's good to be back in Chicago.
Whether stripped down, acoustic, or plugged in, local musicians and bands are thankful for the opportunity to use the Cat 105.5 airwaves and cyberspace to have their original music heard Thursday night at 8 on Homegrown Tones. The 7 songs on their new CD, Window of Your Soul, are not only fist-pumping high-energy rock, anthems of heartbreaking losses of love and life, and also first loves, but funky bluesy grooves as well. We welcome back to the Cat 105.5 studios Lynch. Well, Danny Lynch and Mike Burke were here in September. In addition to them, we have bass player Deb Altman, who is the newest member of the band, just joined up earlier this year when I caught Lynch's act when they opened up for the reunited Y&T. We also have longtime drummer Frank Pace. I thought it was going to be totally unplugged, but boy was I wrong here, because Mike Burke is plugged in, his Yamaha. We have Deb with the Fender jazz bass, it looks like here. There's a couple of songs that they're doing in the studio tonight that are in addition to the 7 songs you can find on Window of Your Soul. Lynch first began in the early 80s, went apart for a while to raise families, and then they came back with a vengeance. I've listened to Window of Your Soul so many times now. It definitely has kind of an in-your-face groove to it, very aggressive. The new music you're working on, how would you say that differs from what people can hear in Window of Your Soul?
We got a bit of a bluesier groove in it, but still, it's got that hard edge to it. We're getting back more to the basics. You know, we're stripped down in a lot of ways. We just, bass, guitar, drums, and me. We're trying that power trio.
Power quartet in this case, because you do have Deb.
No, I was counting them. It just wasn't counting me.
This is a song you can find on the YouTube page, the video page of lynch-rocks.com. Danny is the narrator on this, and he's going to leave the narration part in about a first love. Unfortunately, it doesn't have a happy ending. Mad from Lynch in our studio on Homegrown Tones at the Cat 105.5.
Yep.
Baby, shake. Oh yeah. There she was, man,
stepping off the Belmont bus, walking north up on Narragansett. And I'd follow her home, get up to her stairs, and I'd usually say my usual goodbyes. And she said, Danny, baby, don't you want to come upstairs and listen to my jazz record collection? I said, ain't Dale home? She said, he's working 4 to 12, CPD. Why, I'm mad, just mad about you. I want you every night and day, yeah. You know that I just want you, and I'm willing, yes I am, to play your games, girl. Yes, I'm willing to play your games. Yes, I'm willing to play your game. There she stood about 3 weeks later, wearing this white dress with black polka dots and a pair of unnecessary high heels, brother, size 5. Well, anyways, she was holding a purse in her hand. She opened up her purse and said, took my heart out and threw it on the ground and stomped on it like I was in Texas. Well, anyways, I knew it was over at that point. I seen you breeze by like a white cloud. She floats by me like something in a dream I won't take. She knows that I'm mad about her. Does she feel me inside her dreams? Yes. Does she feel me inside her dreams? Was it real, baby, when you used to scream my name out loud? Well, she took out her little book and where she wrote everything down from the first time we kissed, first time we held hands, and well, a lot of other things. She tore out the page with the circled heart. Is she saving all her memories from a love, yes, that's hurt her deep, 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 deep? Is she keeping all the secrets when the chest, yeah, marked M-A-D, yeah. When was father where we used to make love, baby? And here's how I adore your every move. Why'd you have to be so damn cold? Good night, Gina. You know who you are.
Homegrown Tones on the Cat 105.5, and that sounds lyrically different, even improvisationally different from the version that's a video clip done from Austin's Fuel Room in Libertyville a couple of months back from Lynch. Mad, you will not find that one on their Window of Your Soul CD. Danny even improvised the echoes in that song. I heard deep, 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 and I could just feel it reverberating around the whole studio here. Danny, with that in mind, let me ask you, in writing a song, does it just come off the top of your head? head, or do you put a lot of thought into that before the music, or does the music come first, basically?
Very improvisational, and then also sometimes I show up at practice and Mike's got a hook or a groove. I do take the time to write stuff down. I guess.
Is it pretty much a democratic process, songwriting? You have to meet with all four of your approvals before you realize, hey, this is going to be catchy enough to put on a record?
Absolutely.
Here's another one you won't find on the brand new Lynch record, Window of Your Soul. You might find it as a video clip, lynch-rocks.com for more details.
Any more?
From Lynch, live in our studio on Homegrown Tones of the Cat 105.5.
Into my drink, reflections of the man I once was, and how far I let myself sink into your smoky bedroom eyes, baby. All I am is a blink, something you don't think about anymore. Push myself away from you, girl, and I take that long, long walk home. About this time of night, I find myself lonely, baby, cold. You know I'm already stoned with your broken promises, girl. Your whiskey, you taste like bad cocaine. You got me wishing I was holding you and loving you and holding you, yeah, 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 anymore, 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 yeah. I remember holding you, baby, you're so soft, but now you're gone and I'm all alone. I hear the streetlights calling me, baby. Please, please, please come on home. 'Cause I'll be your daddy, girl. That other man just ain't right. Just ain't right. Just ain't right. Tell me how I feel, Mike. Woo! Got your red dress on. Bring your bad friends a little closer. Let me hear them sing their sad, sad songs. In the morning when you wake up, girl, they're already gone. I bet you wish I was there holding you and loving you when holding you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Anymore, 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 yeah, anymore, girl, anymore, anymore, anymore. As I sit here, baby, and look into my drink, reflections of the man I once was, and how far I let myself sink. Into your smoky bedroom eyes, baby. All I am is a blink. Yeah. Something you don't think about anymore. Anymore, girl.
Even in a stripped-down version, it's the complete hard-rocking package of Lynch. All 4 members in our studio tonight, a special Thanksgiving treat. On Homegrown Tones at the Cat 105.5, they recently did a show at Penny Road Pub in Barrington. Danny, any other concerts coming down the line? Are you putting together some kind of tour schedule for, like, the first of the year or shortly thereafter, do you think?
That's a big tent for, was it?
January 22nd.
This is Mike.
January 22nd at Chicago City Limits. We'll be playing with Mind Warp Chamber.
Lynch-rocks.com or Lynch's Facebook fan page is where you can find out about it. Danny, what would you say is a main inspiration behind a lot of your song lyrics? Is it romances, either failed ones or very strong ones or intimate ones, do you think?
Yeah, that's got a lot to do with it. And life in general, too.
With the exception, of course, of Be There, which is a nice tribute you do for the troops, not only in Iraq.
So that has a lot to do with family. You're being away from your family and your family being back here at home, you know, and them worrying about you being the soldiers that are out there, men or women.
Something off the Window of Your Soul CD, and you told me you might want to try this one in a stripped-down version, Sister Mary, and this is not specifically family-related. Well, not 100% anyway. Danny being the humble narrator. It's a family-oriented kind of humble narrator in this case. Danny is quite the storyteller, and I'm going to let him tell the story along with the band that will carry him, Lynch, and this is a stripped-down version of Sister Mary. You'll find this on Window of Your Soul, their brand new 7-song CD. It's in our studio on Homegrown Tones at the Cat 105.5.
She's one hell of a party, one good time, one hell of a shot to my ego. Would it be such a crime? Sister Mary, she caught me and pulled me down by my ear. Sure got my attention, I'm just a little bit scared. Oh, what you do to me while we are alone? Yeah, I'll be a schoolboy in the schoolhouse alone. Yeah, what you do to me, Mary, come on, baby. Well, then she shuffles us in. I still feel alone. I heard the third bell ring. I guess I'll walk home alone. Well, then I feel that sensation of her breath in my ear. I'm going down on you, sister. I wanna make it real clear. Oh, what I'll do to you while we are alone. Yeah, I'll be a schoolboy down the school bus alone. Yeah, what you do to me while we are alone. Yeah, I'll be a schoolboy in the schoolhouse alone. Yeah, what you do to me can't explain anymore. Been working so hard on my grades, don't know the pressure I'm going through. Hope I catch up one of these days, just to know that you're close to me. Come on, Mary, please. Oh, to me, girl. Yeah, what you do to me be your schoolboy in the schoolhouse alone. Yeah, what you do to me while we are alone. Yeah, I'll be your schoolboy, oh yes, in the schoolhouse alone. Yeah, what you do to me can't explain anymore. Been working so hard on my grades, don't know the pressure I'm going through. Hope we hook up one of these days. Just know that you're close. Oh, Mary, please, please.